Hello and welcome to a special edition of Power and Politics. I'm Vassy Kapelos. We're coming to you live from Halifax, Nova Scotia, where 3,000 Conservative delegates from across the country have gathered for what was supposed to be a pre-election policy convention. But that all changed yesterday when Quebec MP Maxime Bernier walked out on the party.
Andrew Scheer.
Andrew Scheer won the Conservative leadership race in May of 2017, thrusting him into the spotlight. Since then, he's helped the party rake in record amounts of money, raising more than $12 million in the first half of 2018, the best ever start to a non-election year. The party sits just behind the Liberals in the polls, but it hasn't all been smooth sailing, and lately, Scheer's biggest test has come from within. His leadership rival, Maxime Bernier, has gone rogue, quitting the party to start his own party.
This party is too intellectually and morally corrupt to be reformed.
All that just a year out from the federal election. So as the party attempts to come together to take on Justin Trudeau, they're gathering here in Halifax. So why did Mr. Bernier leave the Conservative Party? Earlier, I spoke with him. Have a listen to that chat. Hi, Mr. Bernier. Thank you so much for being with us. I wanted to start off by asking if, before making the announcement yesterday, did you tell Mr. Scheer or any of your caucus colleagues that you would be doing so?
No, I had a discussion with Mr. Scheer 10 days ago before he issued his statement saying that I don't have any influence in the party anymore. We had a very good discussion, and after the discussion I decided to, I don't have any future in this party. The party he doesn't have the courage to speak about the real issues that are important for Conservatives and Canadians. And so I decided to go on and work on the press conference and to do this announcement like I did.
But you
yesterday.
didn't let any of your
because
colleagues, many of course of whom are here, know? Why not?
Why not? Because I knew, I had a discussion with the leader. The leader is the leader of the party, and that discussion was very clear. My understanding is all the ideas that I brought forward during the leadership campaign were not welcome. So I'm a guy of ideas. I fight for what is good for this country. And I think if you're a real Conservative, you must abolish the cartel of supply management. You must end corporate welfare. So it's not only a slogan for me, it's a reality. And I don't see that in the leaders. So like I said during my press conference, I'm asking the real Conservative people who believe in the freedom ideas, responsibility, fairness and respect to come with me and with us.
And I want to ask you about those ideas, but on that point, has anyone told you since you made your announcement that they will come with you?
I won't have any support from the caucus. I didn't have any support from the caucus during the leadership. Only 6 MPs on 98 MPs supported me. They don't want the leadership and the caucus, they don't want to have the kind of discussion that I want to have about a smaller government, a more effective government, a government that will do the reform that will be good for this country. They don't want to do that. And so, but I have a lot of support from the membership, and that's most important for me because I need to build that country on these people. And I know that a lot of these people, they're not in Halifax right now. The party membership, it's about 175,000 people all across the country. So, and you have only 3,000 people over there. So I think I can have the support of these people and also people who are tired of the traditional politics. And like I said, this party right now is looking at a poll and after that building a policy. That's not something that they believe. They just believe to have the power for being in government. I want to be in government to do the changes that will be good for the country. And if you want to do that, you need to speak about what you believe before the election and having the support of these people. So I think I can have the support of people that are not Conservative but believe in the freedom ideas and are tired of a traditional politician.
I want to ask about that support because yesterday after your announcement, Andrew Scheer said that you're just helping Justin Trudeau. And doesn't he have a point? Aren't you going to split the vote on the right and do just that, help the Liberals win next year?
What I'm saying, I'm saying to Conservative, if you want to win the next election, if you want to win with real Conservative ideas, come and join us, be with us. But also not only Conservative, like I just said, 20% of the population didn't vote. at the last election. People who are fed up and they don't vote. So these people, I'm telling to them, I'm doing politics differently. I'm saying things that are real and that we need to debate, like ending supply management, like being sure to have a discussion about the equalization formula. All these important issues for the country. And I'm telling them, I'm saying that, but I will deliver on that. And I'm the same guy and I won't change. And that's what I believe. That's what I want to achieve.
Do you think you can become prime minister?
I hope so. If you look in France, President Macron was a socialist a year before the election. He decided to quit the party and forming his own party, as now he's a president of France. So everything is possible. Everything is possible with ideas. I'm not popular. Ideas are popular. Freedom ideas, that's what is popular.
Okay, I want to ask you about those ideas, specifically some of the ones you've been mentioning today and in your press conference yesterday. As a cabinet minister under the Harper government, that government campaigned in favor of supply management. It gave corporate handouts to Bombardier, to the auto sector. Why was it okay under Prime Minister Harper and not under the leadership of Mr. Scheer?
Because I was a team player. I was part of that government. And that government we didn't do election.
So in opposition, you're not a team player?
No, what I'm saying, they know me after the leadership and after the election in 2015, I was speaking about what I believe and I tried to convince the members and I was almost successful, but also my caucus. And my caucus didn't want to have the discussion about these ideas. So what I'm saying in the past, yes, I was part of a cabinet, but we didn't have the mandate from the population to do these changes. But, I fight inside the cabinet. I was not successful, but at least I did a very big reform in deregulation in telecommunication, and I'm very proud of that. So now I'm saying, that's what I believe. I was not able to convince the cabinet at that time, and they had a point. We didn't run on these ideas. They had a point. So now let's run on these ideas, and I will run on these ideas, but my former party, they didn't want to have any discussion about that. They didn't want to have a discussion about supply management in the convention right now. That's the 26th resolution, so they won't discuss that. That's important. that supply management system put at risk 20% of our economy, and they don't want to discuss that.
But what about your support? I mean, forget about when you were in the last government, even moving on to when you ran for the leadership. You denounced your competitor, Kelly Leitch's ideas on a values test for immigration, calling her something along the lines of she wanted to be a karaoke version of Donald Trump. You seem to have changed your opinion on that, too.
No, go on my website. I had an immigration policy during that campaign, and I'm speaking about the same thing right now. Go on my website, MaximeBernier.com, and read that policy. That's the same policy that I had during the campaign for the leadership.
What is the policy, though, sir? Because your tweets went over, the idea of too much diversity or radical multiculturalism or a cult of diversity. Is that what you were speaking about in the campaign? Because I don't remember that.
No. What I'm saying right now is Justin Trudeau is speaking always about diversity. And I said diversity is good. This country has been built by immigrants coming from different countries. And that's why we are so strong. But what I'm saying, why not emphasize more on what unites us and not what our difference? And Justin Trudeau is playing identity politics, and my former party is doing that right now, identity politics. I'm saying we're Canadians, we share the same values, equality of men and women before the law, tolerance, and we must emphasize what unites us, not what is divisive. So that, and I had a lot of support from Canadians from Pakistan, Canadians from India, that they were telling me, Maxime, yes, we're full Canadian, and we want to be participate to that society openly with everybody. So what I'm saying, why
what does that mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Bernier, but what does that mean in concrete terms? Do you want to see immigration levels lowered? How do you define too much, quote, too much diversity?
Yeah, well, what I said during the campaign, I said we must focus on immigration, on our economic needs of our country. We have a lack of workers in Canada, and we must focus on that. And after that must be the reunification of family. So I said that, but I said, during the campaign, and I'm saying that again today, the total immigration that we had the last 8 years when we were in government, the government Harper, the average was 250,000 people every year. So what I'm saying now, the Justin Trudeau government, they're welcoming 310 or 320,000 people a year, and they want to go up to 400,000. That was a proposal. So I'm saying you just have a discussion. We want these people to be welcome in Canada. We want these people to have a job in Canada. So yes, I'm questioning the level of people that we are allowed to come to Canada. And I said during the campaign, maybe the number of 250,000 that we had the last 10 years, it can be a good number. But that number must follow the need. But that numbers must follow the need of our economy.
And what about the idea of too much diversity, though? How do you define that?
But too much diversity. It's what I'm saying. It's when you emphasize on our diversity, it's not good. Like I said before, you must emphasize of what unites us. But for Justin Trudeau, diversity is everything. We are a strong country because everything are coming here to share the Canadian values, and they're proud to be Canadians. So let's celebrate that. That's what I'm saying.
But do you understand, I guess, the perception among a lot of people that what you're saying is that in order to be truly Canadian, you have to adhere to only one set of values, and that it's not okay to have the level of diversity that we do? There is that perception out there.
But that's not the reality. If you read what I said and listening what I'm saying, that's not the reality. I had support for different community in Canada. I received support from them. They're proud to be Canadian, and so that's not what I'm saying. We must be sure to, for the new immigrants, we want them to be able to integrate our society, to have a job in our society. So let's have that discussion about that. We had that discussion during the leadership campaign, and why not having the discussion right now? But my party doesn't want to have that discussion. So it's for me, building that new party will be based on real conservative values, individual freedom, personal responsibility, lower taxes, and telling people what will be the impact of these reforms. So we need to explain that to the population, and I'm not scared to do that.
Okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks for your time, Mr. Bernier.
Merci. Have a nice day.